Secret Service agent goes rogue, exposes biggest fraud on Capitol Hill. Who must be arrested ASAP by Cat Stevens for FreedomDaily.com. Watching the news unfold on Capitol Hill is starting to feel like more like watching a box office hit and less like real life. Gone are the days when the news was boring and everyone followed due process and acted with decorum. Now it appears that it's every man for himself, and if you've got enough money or dirt on those with money, you can get away with anything. The more we learn about what went on in the Justice Department during the Obama administration, the more we realize that the entire nation was on the brink of a hostile takeover by those that we elected to represent us and trusted with our well-being, especially the DNC's choice for the 2016 presidential election. As it turns out, that election wasn't quite as close as Hillary wanted us to believe. Between her lies, the illegals that voted, and the entire FBI covering for her, she almost got to be in charge of the free world. Now, though, the Justice Department is finding that they have to try and explain all their dirty dealings now that the Trump administration is in charge. We recently saw the complete wide-eyed panic that gripped Washington when the much-anticipated memo came to light. As it turns out, that was just one of many incriminating documents that are slated to inform the American people of what has been happening behind closed doors. The Gateway Pundit reports that according to a Secret Service agent, the guilty parties who would be implicated in the next big memo that was supposed to drop are doing a phenomenal job of keeping it hidden. Former Secret Service agent Dan Bongino joined Fox and Friends on Monday morning to discuss the latest in the Obamagate Trump spying scandal. Bongino told the morning host that former CIA Director John Brennan is in a world of trouble for lying under oath to Congress about the Russian dossier. Dan Bongino then clubbed hyper-partisan hack Adam Schiff, a snake. He's the biggest fraud on Capitol Hill right now. Dan Bongino, it's always predictable with them, and it just shows their devious side. For as much as I disagree with Democrats and their ideology and everything they do, you almost have to respect their deviousness. They're tactically brilliant, put information in there that they know can't get out on sources and methods in their memo, that is. Give it to the president knowing he can't release that memo, and then come back and say almost immediately on cue, "Oh, look, the president is hiding something. It's really deranged, but this is what they do. My sources are telling me John Brennan is in a world of trouble right now." In May of 2017, Brennan said under oath on the Hill, "Oh, I didn't know who commissioned the dossier," which is amazing because the CIA has a central role in the verification of foreign assets and information we get from foreign assets. It is not plausible, deniable that John Brennan did not know who commissioned that dossier. He's in a world of trouble because he raised his right hand and he said the exact opposite. Jim Clapper is knee-deep in this as well. Stacey Dossie. So Dan, ultimately, people like Adam Schiff, the Democrat from California, is he doing his best to keep all this from coming out, or is he playing the loyal opposition? Dan Bongino. Adam Schiff is a snake. He's the biggest fraud on Capitol Hill right now. Adam Schiff is doing the Democrats' dirty work and trying to cover up. What Bongino seems to be pointing out is there are still people in power who have a lot to lose if you hear the truth. In other words, the wolf in sheep's clothing was led into the herd and it's still passing as a sheep even after showing its teeth. Unfortunately, the only way to weed these predators out of the herd is to catch them red-handed with irrefutable proof. And in today's political climate of bribes and blackmail, the only way to have irrefutable proof is for the public to see something that can't be explained or unseen. That is one of the reasons that these documents being released to the public is such a huge deal. If the public turns against someone, they can't come back from that and hopefully will never be reelected. However, if those who are guilty of this blatant wrongdoing and their grievous offenses against the government and the American people are able to keep the details of their sins quiet, they'll be able to say that we, the people, misunderstood and that it's just not as simple as we think. One thing is simple, and we do understand laws were broken, and those who broke them need to be punished. Hopefully, voices like Bongino's can sound the alarm loud enough that we will wake up and make sure that justice is served. Totally agree with Dan Bongino there. Absolutely. Adam Schiff is a snake, and they should be arrested, all of them. James Clapper, that's right, James Clapper. That's the other name. We want him arrested also. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.